Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host, Tashana. Let's get into this. So, hi guys. I hope all is well. If this is your first time tuning in, thank you. Welcome. Please follow us on YouTube at Inappropriate Radio TV. We can also be found on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, as well as Spotify and Spreaker. Alright, so no alien talk, no periodic table. Alright, not yet. We'll be getting back to that pretty soon. But the creator dropped a message on me now. I had got a portion of the download about 2 weeks ago, and then throughout the next few days, I want to say following the initial message, I was getting some downloads. And then today, last night coming into this morning, I got a few bits and pieces, right, of the message. So a lot of y'all are confused about sex, all right? Some people who want to be spiritual, they shame themselves for the sexual aspects of themselves. Actually, a lot of people who are high in vibration have high spiritual senses, high sexual urges. We did a segment, I want to say about last summer, about how people who are higher in vibration are more likely to attract spirits that are connected to them sexually because of the vibration and because we, come here through sex. Remember, sex is the corridor that is used, right? We also had another segment where we discussed how sex is basically the portal or the highway, right? That is used for us to get here. It is the bridge between the physical and the spiritual realms, right? We had that discussion. We've also talked about different types of sexuality and how it is or can be connected to sex and spirituality, can be linked in some of the ways that it can be, and how it is connected to sexual preference, sexual history, etc., etc. That episode may be about 2 years old. You have to kind of search for that, but we did cover it, okay? But this conversation is about sex itself and how you perceive it. We also talked about masturbation and things like that. Even though masturbation is not sex with someone else, it is still considered sex with yourself, okay? And how we talked about how we need to release the spirit that encourages us to watching porn because it removes some of our pure energy and things like that. That was also about that was earlier this year, actually. The video or the segment about watching pornography and sexual videos and things like that. We need to understand that God understands us, and a big portion of that understanding is through sex. The world, right, that we live in is built on sex. First of all, think of how we get here, right? Having sex, entering a woman's womb, is literally creating a new universe. It is literally getting yourself in alignment with what the Creator has spoken, right? Bringing a life into manifestation, being responsible for not only carrying that life, but caring for that life, nurturing that life, right? A woman, it's important to remember this, a woman is born with all of her eggs, right? Which will eventually become children if God sees fit. So do not shame yourself if you are a sexual person. It is the misuse of sexual energy that gets people caught up, okay? It is the abuse of not only sexual urges and sexual energies, but also staying in the vibration of lust, okay? This is how we get consumed by Jezebels. This is how we find ourselves in situations that are not favorable to God, okay? So it's very important for you to have balance. A lot of people, like I said, who are highly spiritual are actually highly sexual. And we went over that segment. I don't really want to get too much into that because we had that conversation already. But the frequency that is connected to spirituality and sex is all about life, right? It's all about living. It's all about love. And these things are connected to God. The thing is, you don't want to abuse your sexual energy as it pertains to your relationship with the Creator. Some people are meant to be sexual, highly sexual, because it is connected to, like I said, bringing life into this dimension, and also building a relationship with the ethers. I know that sounds crazy, but a lot of people, they use their Kundalini energy. They use their root and sacral chakras. Most of the time it's those two. A lot of the time it's used in conjunction with the heart and the crown to balance themselves out. This is why Kundalini work and a lot of different styles of meditation and clearing and balancing out energy is considered to be demonic, because of the portals and the chakras that are used to balance out said energy. Again, it's all about the intentions. It's all about how well you work with those energies. It's all about your ability, okay? Because some of us, we're using these energies and we're not even aware of how powerful we are when we rest and utilize those energies. Your awareness, when you are actively participating in using sexual energies, is important, okay? Trying to manipulate someone into doing what you want them to do is a no-no, right? But using that energy to heal is a totally different ball game, right? If it is in the scope of the Creator for you, then it is something that you shouldn't have to really be wary of. Now, sex itself, of course, I mean, we've talked about this countless times. You need to be careful because people attract demons, attract diseases, attract all types of different spiritual poisons and toxins when you engage in sexual activities with people that are not a part of your alignment. There are people that are meant to have sex with thousands of people, and I know that sounds crazy, but there are people who are meant to heal that many people via their sex. There are people who are meant to only have sex with one person because their karma has more than likely already been resolved as it pertains to sex, right? And life and the different energies that they are going to be allowing in. Some energies that you're going to be taking on, it doesn't require sex, right? Especially if you have a particular job. Some people, they don't really give a damn about it once they start to misuse and abuse their sexual energy. So this all goes back to your ability to understand the purpose of your sexual energy. I was having a conversation with a good friend who is very spiritually enlightened, and he had made a statement, and it spoke to something that we discussed, but he made it so plain and clear. He said that some of us are used to create life and give life, while others are used to help people, right? So not everyone is meant to have children, right? Some people are having sex to start cycles in the ethers. And when I say start cycles, I mean bring about energy. Have you ever had sex with the person and you feel like a brand new individual? Have you ever had sex with the person and you didn't feel like yourself at all in a bad way? Have you ever had sex with the person and you felt like you have stepped into like a twilight zone, right? These are all telltale signs. And just because it makes you feel bad or good doesn't mean that it's something that God wants or didn't want. That's like the telltale sign. Obviously, some of us have sex with people that we shouldn't be having sex with at all, right? I think we've all done that before. I'm not judging. This is a no judgment zone, okay? I'm not judging anyone, but I'm saying that to say that a lot of our sexual encounters, people feel that they are being shamed, and your relationship with yourself and your sexual partners is not going to stop you from reaching out to God. Now, sure, there are going to be things that He wants you to do, like be celibate or abstinent, or He may not even want you to engage with the person that you've been having sex with because they're blocking you from reaching certain, heights in your life. They're blocking your energy. They're polluting your realms. Or there's a particular person that He wants you to have sex with because it gives you access to the cycles and the portals that you need to be accessing in order to embark on your journey to achieve your purpose. So again, do not feel that you are being shamed by God. I think it is very important for you to ask the Creator if your partners are approved by Him, okay? Because there are some women who do sex work and they're highly protected because they're healing. And they not even be aware that they are healing someone with their sex. They're just trying to get materials, right? They're just trying to make money. But God is allowing it because they are being used to heal, to help people make realizations. So this is all going to be determined and based on what God wants for you. A woman's womb is an entry to a whole different world, to a completely different vibe. And we all have different chemistry, right? No one has the same chemistry. A guy can have sex with 20 women and have 20 different experiences because those are 20 different portals, 20 different worlds, okay? So don't feel ashamed if you are overly active sexually, and you are trying to become more conscious, if you are trying to build a relationship with the Creator. If it is a spirit, God will take care of it. If God has placed an overactive, chakra or root in you, it's more than likely because you have healing powers or because you are being used for destruction. It all depends on God and what it is that He wants. So don't be dismayed. Don't feel that your participation in, sex before marriage is going to stop you from being blessed or building a relationship. If God allowed it to happen, He wanted it to happen. And it is a part of your energetic signature. The people that you have sex with are a part of your universe. They're a part of your soul tribe. And you don't even have to be in connection with them anymore. It could be you closing a portal, right? This could be something that is connected to your ancestors way back when. It doesn't have to have anything physically to do with you or that person. It just all depends on the reason why God wants this to happen or doesn't want it to happen. Okay, so don't be ashamed. God judges us only, and He judges us based off our heart, and He also cleans and clears our slate. So don't get so caught up in sex. Just don't abuse anyone who is innocent. Don't, take advantage of people, and don't use your sexual powers to manipulate and ask God for forgiveness. All right. But I'm going to end here. I do love you all. I hope y'all have been drinking your water, eating your fruit and vegetables, and sipping on your own tea because it's free. Love y'all. Peace.